Market vitals, the levels you need to triage the market. HFR from the floor, Robert D. Heffernan. Robert, when my mom was mad at me. Mistrade, Matt Davio. Matt's always Matt, or was it Matthew when you were in trouble? Matthew, what's your middle name?
John.
No, Matthew John.
It was actually wait until your father gets home.
Speaking of fathers, Matt, Father's Day coming up. We talked about the U.S. Open Sunday afternoon, a great couch situation. Matt, I recently rewatched my 2016 rant on Father's Day from Manja TV, and as I talk about that, let me just share something here, because available today, right now, it's there, baby. The Manja TV Manja bundle, the shrimp mojo with the bacon habanero ketchup, Cajun hot sauce, whiskey barbecue sauce, available now. I mean, if you order it now, you probably get it for Father's Day.
It's true.
You know,
especially if you have Prime.
Let me share and just show you where. Hold on a second. Matt, let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Because when I revisited the podcast or the show, let me just bring this up just to show you. There it is, Amazon. When I revisited the show, somebody already ordered some. I'm going to order as soon as the show is done. When I visited the show, Matt, I was a little outspoken on one thing that a father definitely wants on Father's Day is not to have to do a bunch of fathering. You know, Father's Day is the day that we're celebrating fatherhood, and how about no fathering on Father's Day? Like, I don't want to, arbitrate a dispute. I don't want to put together the IKEA television stand. How about none of that for Father's Day?
The IKEA television stand.
What's your thought on a Father's Day gift?
I mean, I'm sure the mothers feel the same way. They don't want to take them to dinner with all the kids and then have them, wipe noses and change diapers.
Exactly. You want a day off. You want a day off.
They really just want to go shopping and get the F away, right?
Right. I mean, I said in no unparticular verbiage, how about leave me alone on Father's Day?
I'm going into the man cave. I'll come out after 3 p.m. when the U.S. Open is clearly over.
The other thing I said that a father for sure wants is, how about whatever he wants? Why don't you ask the old man what he wants and then do what he wants?
Right.
And if he wants to cook, you know what? Let him cook. If he doesn't want to cook, don't make him cook. Hey, Dad, I bought 6 racks of ribs. How about you cook them? Thanks.
How about you?
Anyway, I thought we'd talk about that a little. And again, please, Amazon Prime can send you your Manja bundle. A bundle cord.
Bundle. I want to first of all wish you a congratulations. And it happened. Congratulations. You finally won a bet.
Lee says he just wants the Cajun and barbecue sauce. Lee, you got a gift.
You got to buy the 3 to get 1.
You got to buy the 4. Or right. You get the 4. The 4's in the bundle. That's why they call it a bundle.
It's a bundle.
And by the way, now you have gifts. If you don't want it, you give it away. That's right. A beautiful thing.
That's right.
So
bring it to a barbecue, Lee. The one you don't want. Bring it to a vegan barbecue.
Look at this, baby. Well, I mean, seriously, like, if you don't think 107 is possible.
No, I think 120 is possible. I just don't think it was possible this month until the CPI hit and the market reacted. So to your point, momentum.
And
especially, I'm already very long the dollar. I'm very happy about this. Don't get me wrong. The sell-off we talked about when it was happening here, buy the turd out of it because it's going to go back up and it's got a long way to go. Again, we've talked about this. It's going to go to 120. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, man.
We've been there before. And to your point that, and we're going to have this talk about the bonds. Now the big money is like, we got to get out. Like, I can't believe the dollar is so strong. We've been so bearish for the last 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. It's going to zero. Yeah, it is. It is, but not today. And really, it all has to do with capital flows. And this is what we've talked about for a long time. The money in the world, where is the safest currency in the world today? Today.
Well, it's for surely not Ethereum.
That's, again, that's
it's only not the Turkish lira, and it's not the Argentinian peso.
And it's not the Mexican peso, and it's not the
Canadian
Mexican dollar. Peso. It's not the euro.
No, it's not. It's not the Chinese yuan.
It's still not the yuan, and it's not the ruble, really.
Hey, Matt, speaking of yuan, how about the one-on-one basketball yesterday in the NBA Finals?
Yeah.
You are been spot on young teams just not ready for prime time.
If it was their second coach, if he wasn't wearing a chin diaper in his first year all the time, the Celtics coach.
And it's
he's not a bad coach, but he just wears a chin diaper and it's his first year.
That's drawing the correlation that the whole thing is the chin diaper.
It's the chin diaper.
No chin diaper, they win it. Davey Portnoy, how about Davey last night? He had 30.
I mean, plus that guy's like he's the biggest loser. Like everything he bet. He's Kramer personified. It's the best.
Did you hear his bet yesterday?
No.
40 grand on first to 10 points. He bet the Celtics would be first. I mean, is that the dumbest gimmick?
That's the dumbest bet ever. Good Lord.
Yeah. I turned the game on. It was 10-3.
It was like 16-6, right?
It was 10-3 losing the bet.
So the dollar, Bob, it's breaking out of this bracket too. If it can close, especially if it closes up here on Friday, which, again, is only 3 days away, anything can happen, and it's had a huge move. But if it holds above this line, you're looking at another 15.
I'm looking at.
No, hold on. Another $15 because this bracket has been $15 since 2014 that we entered it. So again, the long-term money starts coming in here, Bob. This thing is going to get there, and it'll get there fast. Just the same way it went from 101 to 105 this in June.
Bingo.
What do you guys say about that?
Bingo. Well, it's
like it can get there. It can get there fast. And by the way, what do I do with this Doge? I was buying it at 75 cents.
It's only off 90% of the Elon Musk Saturday Night Live.
I know, the 92% off sale.
92% off. Yeah, careful what you invest in.
Yeah.
Matt, I wanted to share this. Speaking of the dollar.
Yeah. So Jason Tatum, coming back to Jason Tatum, great game in the first 3 quarters, but then he was gassed. He was done. He couldn't even hit he looked like me when I first step on the floor fresh. I couldn't hit a rim to save my life.
How do you expect to win? They gave the ball away 20 plus times. They couldn't make a free throw. They had an incredible third quarter, and that was it.
Well, and again, this is what happened. I said it to Peter. We were watching the game. I said, as soon as they draw them back, they'll pull away again. And sure enough, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, the MVP of the series, by the way. Don't overlook this kid. I mean, he's not a kid anymore, but he's been in the league for a while, but he's finally hitting his pay dirt. Good for him. What a game. That one dunk late in the game. Oh, dirty.
All right, man, listen, I'm looking at the Amazon Prime page now, only 14 left in stock. 13 soon. It's going to be like a fast market here. Now, you shared this Andy Singer's U.S. foreign policy flow chart, and it's sarcastic on purpose, but amazingly how sarcasm sometimes mirrors reality incredibly close. And so we had this one, and then we had Carol Roth and Glenn Beck sharing the 5 stages of economic grief. I thought that was interesting too. And the other thing too is
because why don't you go through those? Because it's actually true. Like this is, and it's a good way for people to understand kind of where we are in this, we've been saying right-sided for 9 months. It's not a new thing.
Well, I mean, I think the thing here is that, anger and everybody starting to point fingers, right?
And but we're so far from where we're going to be. And
bargaining. Don't let me lose my job. Let somebody else lose their job.
And I saw the headline today on Bloomberg. Coinbase is going to lay off 20% of their employees, right? And they have a big base in Portland. And I talked to a friend of mine. I sent him a text, sent him the article. He's like, and then an hour later he goes, "Yeah, my sister-in-law just got let go, Coinbase." So it's happening.
I mean,
and again, and this is in the new tech too. I mean, Elon's already talking about laying off 10% of his, workforce, because he knows what's coming. He knows that cycles are real. He knows, if the Fed gets out of the way and does their job and raises, like if they truly raise the rates 2 points tomorrow, like 2 full points, which is what they need to do to catch up to where the market is, the market might rally. That would give you a rally. 0.5%, 0.75% is more likely what they're going to do, and I don't know how the people respond to that. I don't know, and I don't play that game. I don't play that guessing game. What is the Fed going to do? But my gut is just based on behavior, what they've done forever, 0.5 point. Everybody's thinking maybe 0.75. If they wanted to get tough, they would do 2. They would do 2 full percentage points. Get it done in one fell swoop.
Yeah,
Market's already did. No, plus the market already sold off. If you did that, the market would probably rally. I don't know how long, but it would probably rally because it would show like we're serious.
Hey, Matt, share the bonds, because we talked yesterday about longer term money playing in the market. People that have big funds, they're not looking at a 5-minute chart for sure. Like they're looking at 2-3 days, weeklies, monthly charts.
Well, we talked about it yesterday, and it's just making it made another new low here just a few moments ago, 131.11. So it took out yesterday's low, and it was it was kind of hanging around there all day. Let me just bring it up. It was hanging around there, and it finally got and tested. Went through yesterday's low. Seems to be holding right now. And again, you have the Fed tomorrow. And so maybe, maybe people are going, well, shit, I got to sell before the Fed. I don't know what they're going to, again, the thoughts on the big money here. I don't know what the thoughts are, but we did make a new low. It seems to have turned around. It's already up, 15 ticks from that. And that happened right as we were pre-gaming for the show around 9 o'clock. So it's turned around pretty quickly. And I think that might've been the bottom for the bonds for right now.
All right, and let's pivot to gold, because everybody was piling into gold, and you've been a gold debug. You've been the windshield for the gold bugs
forever. It doesn't change.
The windshield
flies on my windscreen. I mean, I thank them every time they rallied it. Yesterday, 1882, we ran up there. Well, we're already gave it all back and then some back to 1814. Which was a good year, by the way, and making new monthly lows. I mean, it's not pretty. Not pretty.
All assets seem to be the same, no matter what they want to tell you.
Yeah, and Bitcoin, we'll talk about that because we talked about that level before yesterday's show, that if it gets down to the 28, it should bounce. And it did. If you were paying attention, you had a 10% trade. It went from let's see where that was. 20,800
was the old high.
That was the old high, and everybody can see it. Ticked it and reversed, and you got yourself, up to 20. What was it, 23.2 or so? That's a nice little move. 28 all the way up to 23. And now it's like your guess is as good as mine. Are we going to hold on? Next time it goes through there, it probably doesn't hold. 20,000 goes, we go to 9,000 pretty quickly. I would not, don't use that more than once is what I'm saying. That trade happened. I wouldn't go back to it. And the reason is, it just doesn't work that way. It doesn't, you don't hit these, this is not support. It's a price. It barely traded that high, by the way. Remember when it went over 20? And as you said, the CME futures came out and they crushed it. Well, this was not, as you can see by the profile, there was no real buying going on anywhere above here, really above here, so that's 10,000. It's still going to go back to there. this is the thing. Just because it traded there one time, there was hardly any transactions going on there. All the sellers came in when it hit 20 and they just went sold, sold, sold.
So you're telling me, Matt, that actual price discovery is more important than headlines?
Always, forever.
All right,
Always and forever.
Let me share, because I wanted to share this thread from Glenn Greenwald. And this is where we are. Everything's a narrative. There is zero journalism in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just pointing out the hypocrisy of it all. The first three images, and back to Saudi Arabia, we can tie it in with the PGA, and
Mm-hmm.
and this was the headline: the brutal truth between Trump's love affair with Saudi Arabia. And then for Trump, the truth about Jamal Khashoggi is beside the point. And then the end of American lip service to human rights. Oh, and then Biden is right about Saudi Arabia. I mean, please, if you cannot, I mean,
and
I
real
don't know how
estate,
much clearer we can be. I mean, we talk about it every day, the hypocrisy.
and if a realtor actually tells you to sell, you should listen to the guy, because he's the only one that's telling you that.
The other thing I had here, Matt, that I wanted to share was the actual price payouts here. Rory wins 1.566. The Live tournament winner won $4 million, right?
Yeah.
Because it was part of the winning team also.
Right. And then Rory came out today and said, it's the right thing to do. Stay with the PGA. Why, Rory?
Matt, here, 48th place took in 24 G.
They made 100. They made 100 grand more. 33 strokes behind at the MBS Open.
My point here is very simple. At the end of the day, Matt, it's going to be, do people actually end up watching, right? I mean, and so they have very deep pockets and they can keep throwing it at it, right? But they're not going to throw at it forever, right? If people don't watch, if the format isn't intriguing enough, it's not going to be. They will not throw money at this forever unless it catches on. Matt's trading again, everyone. Matt's trading. Leslie, did you just do cocaine in the show The Patriot? Leslie Clearett, the character, is he's in rehab. He's a cocaine addict, and he's in the AA meeting for cocaine, and he's like this. And the guy asked him, Leslie, when was the last time you did cocaine? And he goes, about 2 minutes ago when that guy was talking. Please watch the Patriot on Amazon Video, whatever that is called. I'm losing it. All right, Matt, the other thing that we wanted to look at was we've looked at Tesla a whole bunch. We've looked at Microsoft a little bit, but our common thread for a while has been the breaking news that the elites trust each other more and more. We all know that Bill Gates has a giant short in Tesla, the climate champion that he is, giant short in the supposedly climate conscious car maker Tesla. And him and Elon Musk have had an elite pissing match for a while. And you mentioned yesterday that maybe Elon should take a little short, play the dark side on Microsoft.
Interesting tidbit news today. Microsoft announced they're finally, redlining, killing Explorer. So that's no longer a product, because obviously Bing and Go.go are all Microsoft products now. Those are the search engines?
I don't know. I'm on the Swiss cows myself.
But I'm saying,
go ahead.
The whole thing. I mean, if you think you're searching anywhere and nobody's collecting that data, you're a fool. So whatever. Swiss cow, Go.go, you're not safe anywhere. Give me a break. If you're searching, they know what you're doing. Because there's too much money around. But yeah, Microsoft is a pig. It has been a pig. You want to see a chart that's broken. It's and I got a couple of retail investors yesterday told me that they're loading up on Microsoft. I said why? Because it's down $100. I said okay, but what if it's down another 100? And they went, what are you talking about? I said, well, let me show you a chart. It's going to go right here at least to 135 and very likely could go to 40, $50 if we get to stage 4 and 5 of Carol Roth's and Glenn Beck's thoughts. We're only in stage 2 and we just entered the blame game stage 2. And Rupert the monkey boy doesn't even think there's a problem with the economy.
President Xi, under his leadership, it's never been better, apparently.
Never been better.
Never, ever been better.
Ever been better.
Again,
the economy is booming. Booming. Yeah, so I don't know. To me, I've been short Microsoft. I'll stay short, keep buying puts every time it rallies. I mean, this break again yesterday is serious. I know you can't see it on this longer term chart, but let me show it again. When you have these runaway breaks in major stocks, that means there was 0 bids. Let me explain that again. That means there was 0 bids when the market opened. And this is so important for
I agree with you, because in the open outcry world, when I was a broker and I had a large order to buy or sell, the first thing you would say is what's here, and nobody would, if there was 0 interest, right? But then you would just offer or bid well through the market to wake everybody up.
Yeah.
And then if, after that little interaction, if that didn't wake, people got on phones, they're calling, if that didn't result in large bids or offers, now you're like, oh my God, there's a giant amount of risk in executing this order right now.
Yeah.
And that's where we are with some of the, I've read it, the threads, like try to find a sizable bid in mortgage-backed securities. There are 0.
There's none.
Like everybody is like this, you first.
There's a lot of sell orders.
Yeah, we are in a you first market for sure. And
that's why you always sell when you can, not when the market is not when all of a sudden you become aware, oh, things have changed. And I saw Lee just say, hey, he sold half his dollar at 105 because he was buying at 101. Good for you, Lee. Why not? That's a huge move. Huge. In the futures, that is a huge move. People don't understand. That is monstrous. And that happened pretty easily. So, and bravo, Lee, because that's the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
Take them on. Now you can ride it back down to 101 and load it back up and still be positive. And you've still made money. Good for you.
All right, Matt. Again, I think this is going to be a pretty choppy trade between now and tomorrow afternoon when the Fed actually says what they're going to say.
Well, I'm still, the big news to me is still, what's the over under on the UFOs? Like, take me to your leader's speech. Like, when is that coming? Because it seems like it's next. They're really teeing it up. Let
me just tell you. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise that nobody saw coming. The aliens show up, take me to your leader. They spend 4 minutes with President Xi, and they just leave the planet. They're like, if this is the leader,
they go, oh, this experiment is just failing.
Maybe they were looking for a gene pool to mingle with, and they took one look at the leader and they were like, all right, we're out of here. Let's go to Alpha Centauri. There's got to be something better there.
Warning.
I don't know.
Warning, Dr. Smith.
Triangular UFOs could be top secret spy plates.
Okay. I mean, look at that thing. If that's real, that thing's cool. I want to go in that thing.
Oh, you're going to go into it. All right.
Bob, if we have this thing, we might be able to go to Mars. This changes everything.
Okay. I'm sticking with my my prognostication that Elon Musk goes to Mars on the 10th of never. How about that? Never, ever. Is
not even with the portal or the.
And even if, I wanted to tweet to him, maybe if the Liv's got a lot of money, right? Maybe if they move their tournament and make it Mars based, you can drive the ball 1,000 yards, right? Because of the gravity thing. I mean, that'd be interesting. I don't know.
Didn't they play golf on the moon landing?
I think he hit a few balls on the moon. Pretty sure.
Whatever happened to those? Is the cameraman still looking for him up there?
It was in Arizona.
Is the cameraman still looking for the balls? But they left the cameraman.
That's why we have to go back to the moon. They left the cameraman there.
Because I'm
And
pretty
they
sure.
supposedly went there in a tin can that they made in a Walmart parking lot with duct tape and chicken wire and aluminum foil. That went to the moon. Okay, sure it did. Anyway, what else? What else do we got? Anything else? Waiting,
Yeah, I got.
waiting on a plane.
Yeah, I got one more for you, but I gotta put it into the thing so you can share it. Hang on. Yeah, let's talk. How's the NFT market doing?
Oh my God, dude.
You're a big fan of that.
Oh my God. Where'd you put it? Inside Micro Vitals?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Hold on, look at with technology. Why don't you bring up Coinbase's chart while we talk about this? Because
Sure.
we talked about this on the way in. I never got anything.
It's in the picture that I sent you in our chat.
The fry cook full time.
Yeah, that's what's happening to the market.
Oh, that is actually pretty good. Anyway, Coinbase is going to be interesting because
Coinbase traded down to 40, bounced to 83, suckers. Then it went back here to a new low yesterday, 44 again yesterday, a little bit above, and is just announcing layoffs today, which is usually a positive sign for stocks, by the way, when they lay off because you're cutting expenses. So, and that usually happens after the stock's been diving. So no surprise that we're kind of flat. But again, I potentially think this company could go to zero, Bob. I mean, I hate to say it, but Binance wasn't letting people out. These guys won't let you sell stuff. I mean, it could be in trouble. I mean, it can go to 20, it can go to 10, and go to zero.
Well, and the other thing that it's got, and this we talked about this on the way in, that dynamic of redemptions is going to become it's like you can't wiggle around that. I'm sorry, somebody said yesterday Kathy Wood bought another, I don't know, 1,800 shares of Tesla. That's fine because she hasn't had the redemption call yet. When the redemption call comes, you don't get to say, hey, listen, by the way, I'm not going to sell. No, you have to sell. It's like a margin call or it's like when you get stock put to you in an options, but it's a function of the market. And so the redemptions are going to become real. Like how many people that are invested in Coinbase are going to get the redemption and be like, listen, I really believe in the company. I think they could do great things, except I have to sell all the stock. I mean, that's just the world that's just the function of the market and the rules of the marketplace.
Right.
Matt, this was Ryan Whitehouse. This is what you're sharing. He's in NFTs, blockchain, crypto, metaverse, DeFi, and he's a fry cook and then an enthusiast.
Well, no, you don't see. He was an NFT enthusiast until June of 22, and now he's a fry cook at McDonald's. He was a fry cook before, and he became a Bitcoin guru, and then now he's going back to being a fry cook. So,
Matt, did he forget to get out at the top?
He never sold.
He forgot. I mean,
his $10,000 had become $3 million. He never sold.
Lee says NFT stands for no fucking touch, and I think, Lee, to be politically incorrect, it's better to be said in an Asian accent. No fucky touchy. I'm just saying that works better. It is again, man, I have said it since I first got into the crypto space, because I believe that just like the .com stuff, some of the stuff long term is going to stick around and make a difference. Unfortunately, there are so many pet.com iterations in crypto, and that's and at the end of the day, if there's not adoption, if it doesn't actually solve a real world problem, why would anybody go through the motion to do it? Like nobody's gonna.
Right.
And so the NFTs are a perfect example. I mean, it theoretically, it's a great idea if you can have your publishing rights on a blockchain, but there's no functional adoption of that right now. Like everybody would have to be on the same blockchain in order for that to work. It clearly isn't that way. It's clearly not solving the problem that it theoretically could possibly solve. Those two things are completely different. I mean, I don't know. I think that's just the easiest way for me to look at it. I am long-term still confident that the technology is going to make major changes to the way things are done. And so I am like looking for that by the big dip, the big dipper, and especially Bitcoin. And we talked about it yesterday. 20,000, I'm not interested. 17,000, I'm not interested. 9,000, I'm starting to get damn interested again. And I'm not going to just put the bid out there. I want to see how the market behaves around the price to deploy longer term money. That's what I think. That's what I think. All right.
By the way, I recalled the song that I was thinking about that says, and it's, talking about all the people that were buying Bitcoin at 60,000, 65 and NFTs, Ethereum, etc. And let me bring up the chart in Ethereum because we didn't bring that up. We've talked about Bitcoin, obviously, but people need to see this because, again, remember when they were like, oh, but Ethereum, it's only $4,800. It can't go down.
Right.
Like
it's never happened.
It's nothing like 65,000. Like they're not compared. It's just like stock prices. Like when people go, oh, Tesla's 700 and Coinbase is 700, and so they're the same. I'm like, oh my God, like you people do not go into the market. Like do not, please. And people buy based on that. They think like 700 and 700 are the same. No, please, it doesn't work that way. Market caps, people. And Ethereum went from 4,800, Bob. I remember talking to a friend of mine who's very long Ethereum, and it'll never break 2,000 again. Okay, what about 1,000 now?
And what about the long-term point of control? What is that?
Oh, that's down here at 250. You're saying it's going to 250, Matt? I am. Yeah, I'm saying it's at least going there. And the COVID low is 119.
Say that one more time.
119. That's 90% off from here, Bob. So if you think it's cheap now and that falling knife is an attractive stock, it's not an attractive stock pattern. Just like Microsoft is not an attractive stock pattern at $240 because it's 100 off. Well, this is 3,700 off and it's still not attractive. It's a pig. Put some lipstick on it. Wink.
Oh. Believe me, Matt, there's a lot of people making a lot of money short this market because there's plenty of ways to be involved.
A lot of money. Like these are the salad days. Enjoy them because when we get to that depression stage where we're flat every day, and we'll get there, nobody makes that. That's the worst part of the bear market. Because then we're just waiting for time. We're just waiting for time to go by.
That's when you make day trading great again.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. I think that could do it. That could do it. Lee's putting his bid in right now for Ether at 119. Not a bad spot.
Well, that way you can only lose 119. So it's a lot better than 4,800. Thank God.
All right. That's all I got.
No, he's got all his money in uranium. We already know.
Uranium 1. Matt, uranium 1.
Uranium. Oh, and by the way, the song was Song for the Dumped by Ben Folds 5 when they were still the Ben Folds 5. Get that one on, repeat today. It's a good song. It's a rocker back when, Ben Folds was rocking. It's good.
Good to know. Always good.
I'm going to put that in the marketvitals.io.
In the room, please join us there, marketvitals.io. Please share, retweet, plagiarize the broadcast far and wide. Please head over to Amazon and search Shrimp Mojo, and maybe the bundle will come up. I will for sure share the link in the retweet of this broadcast for your Father's Day gift idea. We do it all here at Market Vitals. We do it all. I can't correct your slice though, but I have seen videos out there that guarantee that they can correct your slice. So we got that going for us too. All right, Matt, thank you.
All right, Bobby.
Thank you, Lee.
Lee, have a great day with that uranium up your butt.
It's raining uranium.
Uranium.